got about like 25 miles. And then I don't know where the camp is. Woohoo! I'm Allie, and I've been living solo in my RV since July 2020. I'm celebrating midlife in my own special way. By the time I had reached Big Bend National Park, I had been in Texas for well over a month. I started in the north at the Panhandle at Amarillo, Texas, and I eased my way down to the Gulf of Mexico outside of this town called Port Lavaca, which I believe is about 3 or 4 hours from Austin. That's where I had Thanksgiving with my friend Hunter, aka Friendsgiving. Now, this month in Texas had really challenged me, and I was really tired by the time I got to Big Bend because I was tired of Texas. I'm not trying to say Texas is a bad state. I'm saying my lifestyle made it harder, if that makes sense. Texas is an amazing state, but it's not the best state for my lifestyle. I like to stay on public lands. There weren't that many in Texas. I like to hike. There's not much hiking in Texas. I like to mountain bike. There's not much mountain biking. This is in general. This is where I traveled from Amarillo down to the Gulf. I couldn't find the things that I loved and or needed. It's also a large state. You do a lot of driving in Texas. The weather is humid in a lot of the locations. I'm not used to humidity. I live in Arizona a lot of the winter time, and there's no humidity in Arizona. I don't know if you've been there before, but there's none. So by the time I got to Big Bend, I was mentally exhausted. I almost skipped it. And I just kept thinking to myself, I've skipped Big Bend for 2 years. Just get my butt down there. I got there. I was mentally and kind of physically exhausted and was not ready for any kind of challenge. But I went ahead and took on small challenges. This has been a journey. Oh my gosh, be ready for a journey if you come to Big Bend. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's been butterfly suicide. Oh, all the butterflies. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh. Are they butterflies? No. Oh God, I don't know what the hell they are. Oh gosh, guys, look. Ew. I might have to put a disclaimer first. Oh, this part of the video you might not want to watch. So I got my map. They had a little box with them. And I'm stopped at a visitor center that's closed. And let's see. I love maps. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love maps. So right here I'm at Persimmon Gap. And I have to go down here. And there's a visitor center there that I might stop at, but I am camped way down here. Like I still probably I don't know how far I still have. Oh my goodness. So I'm camped down here. I wanted to go down here, but if you guys can read that, I am longer than 24 feet. Probably would make it, but I think I'm not gonna do it. This is where I kind of wanted to go. And to tell you the truth, oh look, it's doggies! Sorry, got a little distracted. Okay. Where was I? I'll probably just go to this part of the park. And it's so crazy because this is Mexico and I'm going to be looking into Mexico. Another country. I'm so used to going places and being the only one, and there's a whole bunch of people on this trail, which is cool because it might get dark. There we go. Sunset hike. So, went to Mexico by myself. That was an experience because it's just this little town called Boquillas. Oh, the pronunciation in there. I want to say Boquillas. It's either Boquillas or Boquillas. So I decided to ride my bike there from the RV, which is about 3 miles, which isn't that big of a deal normally. 3 miles on a bike isn't that far. But the winds are really bad today. And I kid you not, you ride your bike like this, and I'm riding like this all the way. You get there, you get to the crossing, and there's actually a border, a customs building there, like a U.S. customs building. And there's what seemed like, I think it was 2 park rangers are manning it. And they kind of work as an intermediate for customs. So when you get there, they don't check anything. You just go, they tell you, just make sure you do have your passport, because that's what we check when you come back. So I went over, and you walk, I don't know, it's a couple hundred yards or so, maybe a little more. And you get there, and literally Mexico's just right across. I'm really bad with distance, but it feels like less than 100 feet. It's just across the river. And I thought it was gonna be like a little motorboat, and the guy comes over rowing. I'm like, he's gonna row, but the winds are just pushing him. He's like, and he's rowing. He's going down the river. Like, holy crap! So get into that. You get out, and then he asks you, do you want to walk? Do you want a car? Do you want a donkey? And I went, donkey? I already knew this. The camp host, I talked to the camp host yesterday, and they kind of briefed me. And then also in the newspaper, they brief you on what to expect when you go there, what to expect like at the customs, what to expect at the river, what to expect in town. So it's like about a 3/4 mile trip into town, down this like dirt road. And I'm on a donkey, and I've never ridden a donkey. And the whole time I'm like scratching the donkey's neck. I'm like, hey, donkey. Really mild animal, no big deal. But it was quite an experience for me to ride a donkey. I get excited about so many things that I'm like this 8-year-old little girl just exploring the world, but I'm 50. So I got there, and actually the guy that guided me, that helped me on the donkey and guided me up to the town, he also was my guide through town. I didn't know this because the one guy on the boat told me, okay, so you want a donkey? He said his name. His name was Joel. But I'm in all of the like excitement and nervousness about being there, I didn't catch his name. So he goes, he'll be your guide. And I thought guide was just, he's going to take me up to the town. And he didn't. Like, he took me up to, it's not a customs, it's I don't know, they give you this little tag, and it actually, I cut it off already, but it's a wristband, and it's supposed to be for their preservation area, and they charge you $3 for that. It's called Kona National Park or something, I'm not sure. And then you pay the $3. And then he said, do you want to eat or do you want to view the town? And I was like, well, it was like 11:15. I'm like, well, let's see the town. And I thought he was just going to show me this one little section. He starts taking me up to, like, he's like, there's the school for the younger kids. And it was really, really broken English. And I was at this time where I'm like, gosh, I wish I knew more Spanish, because it would have been nice to at least communicate with him. I was kind of bummed, because now I realize if I go to a country that doesn't speak English, or, you know, even if they do, like if they do in the tourist areas, I think I'd prefer to try to at least speak more of the language that they do. I think you get a better experience that way, and I think it's respectful when you go into another country and you speak their language. So I was kind of like bummed. I'm like, crap, all I know is hola and cuanto, and so you know, the typical, like, where, donde está el baño, you know, and like, so I felt like such a tourist, but that's okay, I was. So he starts walking me up, and I'm like, okay, I don't really know this guy, and there's no other Americans in the area. So he's walking me up, and I actually didn't get a bad vibe from him or anything. I don't think he would have done anything, but my mind started clicking. I'm like, you hear horror stories about Mexico or other foreign lands and single women, and they disappear. And I was like, okay. I go, I'm kind of hungry, because it was more like 11:45, and he goes, okay, and he turns around. Now, given I'm thinking, he makes his money off of tips, so he's thinking, I want to get this woman out of here so I can meet somebody else and take them, you know. But here's the thing, I think they only had guides for solo people, because I saw groups of people that didn't have guides. They were just walking, especially like groups of men. They didn't have guides. So I don't know if that's just a custom for them. I don't know. So I ate at one place. They offered goat tacos, and I was all, no, not into goat. Although someday I'd like to try goat. And then they had a cheese quesadilla, which I'm like, I can make that in the RV. And then I was like waiting. I'm like, what's the third one? Please let it be something that I want. And he said, or chicken tamales. I'm like, ooh, chicken tamales. And they were good. And then they served this little tortilla. It was thick, almost like pita, but it didn't taste like pita. It was just a really thick little tortilla. And there was beans on it. It was so good. I ate, and then I went and bought some Christmas gifts for my kids. And then I took the donkey ride back, and he rode me back, and then I went into customs. Customs is kind of strange here. It feels less formal. The park rangers set you up with the customs in El Paso, and you do like this video call. And I thought I was going to see the other customs agent's picture on the video call. It's like a big screen, but I didn't. And they just ask you, you know, I can't remember what they asked me, like 3 questions. Did you buy something in Mexico? And I said, yeah, I bought like a ceramic mug. I can't remember what else they ask you. Probably, are you a U.S. citizen? I don't know, because that's what the park rangers check. They check the park rangers don't check your passport. It's customs that checks your passport, and they scan it, and all your information pops up. So, and then I rode my bike back. That was fun. That was really fun. Quite the experience. Oh, I think I'm gonna rest now. Good morning. It is December 1st, and although I'm not feeling at 100%, I figured a very, very chilly December 1st hike was in order. I did this trail a couple days ago for the sunset, and I was told the sunrise is really pretty. Maybe I should have waited until you're not hearing my stomping on the boardwalk here. But this time I think I'm the only one out here. So last night I heard a cow running. Literally, I opened the window and it was running through camp. And then this morning I heard a donkey really loud. And I'm like, the story behind the donkeys is these are donkeys from Mexico that come across the river to come and graze over here. Boy, does this guy stick out like a sore thumb. It's a horse. Got my book and my sticker. Wanted a sticker that showed the river, but they were like gigantic, so I got this one. And I usually try to buy a book in each national park. Okay, guys. Where in the heck do I put it? Okay, it actually did cover up my doggie just a little bit. That's okay. She would have been here with me. Everything else kind of still shows. Still, you can still see the Colorado. Whew. I need to find smaller stickers.